Hi everyone, welcome to our channel, We're Holiday with the Heathers. I'm one part of the duo from this channel. My name's Jessica. If you're new here, hello. If you are new to our channel, please hit that subscribe button. We would really appreciate it. Today I am doing something really exciting that I've never actually done before. I am filming for you my first collaboration, my first YouTube collaboration. Before we get into our interviews, cue the intro. Hi, we're Holiday with the Heathers. We are a married couple who have been lucky enough to have travelled to over 20 destinations over the past 8 years, experiencing the culture and cuisine the world has to offer. Although the world has come to a standstill, you can still follow our life's journey by watching our weekly vlogs. We know the prospect of travel is uncertain. We don't know where, we don't know when, but we will fly again someday. Can you feel The lady I'm collaborating with today is a young lady that I've watched on YouTube for a long time now. I came across her channel when I was researching Behcet's syndrome, which is one of the rare autoimmune conditions that I've recently been diagnosed with. And I researched Behcet's syndrome, and up on the channel came this lovely lady called Roxy Villar. Now, Roxy Villar is the name of the lady that I'm collaborating with today. Roxy has an amazing channel. She covers everything from fashion to challenges to talking about her personal life, and the list goes on and on. She's a very well established YouTuber. She also has an amazing Instagram, and she has a really good TikTok. Now, I'm not going to complain. Watching her TikToks have got me through this lockdown. She's so funny. She's not scared to try new things. So please go down in the description box and click on her social media and follow her on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever social media she has. It is well worth it. So me and Roxy have decided to do a collaboration to share our stories with regards to Bechet's. Now, I've shared a little bit over on this channel and Roxy shared a little bit over on her channel, but we both felt today that it'd be nice to talk about our conditions from a different perspective, because not every single person has the same symptoms, has the same story, has even the same doctors. Now, Roxy and I do have the same medical team, I believe. We are both under the Centre for Excellence in London. Roxy has had Behcet's for a lot longer than I have, but rather than answering all the questions, if you go over to her channel, I have been interviewed by her on her channel, and she is asking me the exact same questions that I'm going to be asking her today. Now, I'm going to ask Roxy some questions that I'm going to read out, and then I'm going to insert the clips of Roxy answering them, because as you all know, we are all in our third lockdown, and Roxy and I would have loved to have been able to interview each other properly on our channels, face to face, in a nice environment, and just having a general chit chat about our experiences. So we are doing the best we can to make sure that this video looks authentic and is interesting. So I will ask the questions, and then I will insert the clips of Roxy answering them. She's kindly sent them over, and that is the same that is going to happen on her channel. She will ask me a question and I will answer it. We have the same list of questions. We have 8 questions that we are going to be answering in great detail for you. Let's get into the video. So the first question is, what symptoms did you get before you were diagnosed?
Hi, I'm Roxy. Thank you, Jess, for having me on your channel and helping me raise awareness for Behcet's disease. The symptoms I first had, I actually think happened since I had my tonsils removed. The doctors don't think that is the case, but literally since my tonsils were removed, that's when I started getting really bad mouth ulcers. I got mouth ulcers before I had my tonsils removed, but they definitely got worse when they were taken out. So I had about 10 in one go. I'd have them on my tongue, on my lips, everywhere. It was so painful, like even just brushing my teeth, if I knocked one, that would really hurt. Speaking was really painful as well, because that, obviously when you talk your tongue moves, so my tongue was brushing against my teeth. That was painful. And when they're on your lips and stuff, it's awful. I also started getting a lot of skin lesions as well. Like I had them really bad on the side of my face. It literally looked like popcorn. That there's a picture of that somewhere on my channel on the video about my Behcet's disease. I had really achy joints, especially my wrists and my ankles. I also suffered with really bad headaches and really bad fatigue. I generally thought I was really lazy, but turns out it's part of my illness. I also actually had really big mouth ulcers in the back of my throat as well, so I generally thought I had a sore throat, but then when I looked it'd be like a really big ulcer. I do have photos of all of this, but I won't show you today.
The second question is, what year were you diagnosed with Behcet's syndrome?
So I was actually diagnosed in 2017. It took quite a while for the doctors to find out what was wrong with me because they had no idea. They were giving me vitamins, they done blood tests, but they just didn't know what was wrong. It wasn't until I finally got referred to a London hospital in Whitechapel that I finally got my diagnosis. Like, they properly checked me over. I had all photos on my phone to show them of all the stuff I'd been like getting, like all my symptoms, which really helped them out a lot actually, because obviously when you go to the hospital you might not have half the stuff that you had like say a week ago. So I had like pictures of my spots that were coming up, all my mouth ulcers, so that helped with the diagnosis. So if you are worried that you've got it, do make sure you're taking lots and lots of photos just as evidence. I was actually googling all of my symptoms before I went to the doctors, and I knew what was wrong with me before they even did.
The third question is, what medication are you on?
So the medication I'm currently taking, sorry if I say any of these wrong, probably going to sound all wrong, is lansoprazole. I take that because I'm on prednisolone, and you have to take lansoprazole to take prednisolone because otherwise you get stomach ulcers, I think it is. So yeah, I'm on prednisolone. I've been on that since I was diagnosed. I was on a much higher dose, but obviously they've lowered it now, and I should be coming off of it soon because I don't think you're supposed to be on it long term. But yeah, I've been on it since 2017, so hopefully I'll be coming off of that soon. I'm also taking colchicine. I can't say this one. Colchicine. I don't know how you say it. I'll put it on the screen because I think Jess said it properly on my video, but I haven't got a clue how to say it. And I'm also on azathioprine, another one I've probably just said wrong. I'll write them all on the screen because, yeah. I'm on a very low dose of this as my TMPT is very low, so they can't put me on a high dose. I have to have regular blood tests like every month to make sure my liver function is okay. But my last blood test, my liver function actually come up high, so they want to repeat the blood test, and if it's still high then they're going to have to look at taking me off that medication and having a bit of a mix up. So yeah, I don't think that one's really working for me at the minute, but we'll see what they say.
Now number 4 is, what is day-to-day life like for you with Behcet's syndrome?
My day-to-day life is probably pretty much similar to Jess. No day is the same. One day I can wake up with literally no motivation and I can just literally have a day in bed. Some days I have a big burst of energy. Other days I just want to be alone and avoid going out altogether. It all really depends on the mood I wake up in. I always try and go for a daily walk no matter how I'm feeling, just to get some fresh air and also to keep my joints moving. Because if I don't keep my joints moving, I usually find that's when they really tend to ache, especially at bedtime. Trying to sleep with achy joints is probably the worst. Some days I can go for like really long walks. Other days I'll go out and I'm like, can't do it, my legs are hurting, I have to head back. So it all depends on how I wake up. That's how I know what sort of day I'm going to have.
Number 5, do you have any conditions that have been diagnosed because of Behcet's syndrome?
I don't actually have any other conditions that I've been diagnosed with because of Behcet's. As far as I'm aware, that's the only illness that I'm living with. So yeah, no other diagnosis apart from that, or conditions.
Number 6, have you had to have any surgery or procedures because of Behcet's syndrome?
Luckily, I've not actually had to have any other surgery or procedures. The only surgery I've ever had is obviously having my tonsils removed. But apart from that, touch wood, I've not had anything else done.
Number 7, what are the advantages and disadvantages now that you have been diagnosed?
I think the only advantage of being diagnosed is that I can live a bit more of a normal life, like knowing what's wrong with me and being on medication that helps. If I hadn't been diagnosed, I'd still be suffering in pain. This disease isn't curable, but it is manageable, so yeah, it's a bit 50-50 really. I got a little upset when I first got diagnosed, like a few weeks after, because I think it finally sunk in that I've got this for life. But a few years on, I've learned to live with it now. This is my life now, and with the right medication, I'm doing okay. I have regular visits to the hospital, so they're always checking up on me and making sure the medication I'm on is right and stuff. They can always like swap it around if something's not working, so touch wood again. Since being diagnosed and being on medication, I've actually not really had a mouth ulcer for a while now, which is really good. I'll probably get one now. Now I've said I'll probably jinx myself. But yeah, medication's definitely working. I think I'm on like the right balance now, if you know what I mean. I think the only disadvantage is sometimes I feel bad for being in bed all day. But I suppose not really a disadvantage because I know now why I'm in bed all day. Like there's a reason behind it. I'm not just being in bed because I'm lazy. But sometimes I do feel like I've wasted a day just by being in bed. But I suppose it's best to listen to what your body's telling you to do.
And finally, the last question. Do you have a good support system, i.e. family, friends or a medical team that help you with your journey with Behcet's syndrome?
And for the last question, I 100% have a good support system with like family, etc. Also getting to know people such as Jess and also Emily and Chloe over on Instagram. They've got a page called Living with Behcet's. Making up my own illnesses now. So yeah, they run that Instagram page, which has helped me a lot. It's nice talking to people that are in the same boat as me, if you know what I mean. And it's nice not feeling alone and speaking to I clearly can't talk. It's nice to actually talk to people who are going through the same illness. So yeah, you don't feel alone when you're speaking to people that are going through the same thing that you are. Thank you so much, Jess, for having me on your channel. Everyone, don't forget to go over to my channel and check out the video of me interviewing Jess as well, because our stories are very, very different. So yeah, if you want a bit more of an insight into Behcet's disease, then do go over and check the video I've done with Jess. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been Roxy and you've been great.
I hope you all enjoyed watching our video. Roxy was kind enough to answer all of those questions, and I hope you had a really good understanding into what Behcet's syndrome is and how it affected Roxy and how it still affects her today. If you would like to go over to Roxy's channel and check out my interview, the link is down below in the description box. She has asked me the exact same questions and I have answered them to the best of my ability. If you would like to know a little bit more about Behcet's syndrome and rare diseases, please also click the link down below to Bechet's UK, which is our UK charity for Behcet's syndrome. The reason why it is so important for people like myself and Roxy to do these videos is because there might be someone who has similar symptoms or has recently been diagnosed or generally feels like they have a problem and they don't know who to talk to. The condition's really rare. So just by going on YouTube and clicking on a video like this or a video like Roxy's, you can get that information that you need, and you can see that there are young women like myself and Roxy who have gone through the exact same experience as you. It might not be the exact same experience, it might be a little bit different, but in order to spread awareness, we need to delve right in to how these experiences have shaped our lives. And without waffling on, I'd just like to say a big thank you for all of your support over the last 6 months. My health has really made my life do a 180, and even living every day is difficult with these conditions, but doing things like this allows me to put a little bit of makeup on, do my hair, wear nice clothes, even though you wouldn't know all morning I've been so poorly in bed, but it pushes me and drives me on to raise awareness, knowing that there might be another person who's suffering like me. So knowing that I can provide that little bit of support and that little bit of reassurance that you're not on your own. And I'm sure Roxy would say the same. Our Instagrams are open, they're not private. Please give us a DM if you're struggling or you just have any questions. Please comment down below if you want to ask as many questions as you can. I will answer them as best I can and as truthfully as I can. And you can also go on to the websites that I've linked down below. Please don't Google your symptoms. I wouldn't advise you to do that, because it'll just open up a big can of worms and you'll start questioning every symptom that you have. Our advice isn't professional advice. We're not telling you what to do or how to do it. You should always go to your GP if you feel like you have symptoms or worries. So without waffling on, I'd like to say thank you again for watching our video. Please give this video a huge thumbs up, and Roxy's video a huge thumbs up. Please, see, this always happens. Please hit that notification bell if you'd like to keep keep up to date with more of our content. I do have more collaborations coming up in the future to do with my other conditions, which is really exciting to share the other sides of the conditions that are in my life. Please hit that subscribe button if you like our channel and you're new. I'm Jess, we are Holiday with the Heathers, and thank you for watching. Bye guys.